What's up, guys? I am currently in my coworker's car right now because I told her I've been trying to start a YouTube channel for about 2 years, but I didn't have the balls because I didn't like my double chin. I didn't this, that, and the third. There's no time, whatever. I just didn't feel like it. When I do get in front of a camera, it's all bad. All of a sudden, I'm not myself anymore. But that surely is going to end, and hopefully with enough espresso, I can get it. I can get it done. So I have a lot of things to kind of like share with the world, I guess you could say. So you guys will soon understand that I am most definitely all over the place, but I'm here for a good reason. So please don't judge, because like nobody likes somebody that's sitting there judging. Just keep it to yourself, honey. Whatever. So I kind of just wanted to talk about the snowball effect. I'm gonna try to not get off on too many tangents and ramble, but I guess that'll come with practice. But something that I was talking about on my Snapchat recently, because I've been doing that a lot. When you're doing good, or it doesn't matter how you're doing. When you start paying attention to the negative things, when you start letting those demons bite you in the ankle and you don't kick them in the face immediately because you get where the demon is coming from. No, fuck that. I don't care. You need to kick him in the face because that's not what is important. You have to let the positivity, like, severely outweigh the negative things. And if it doesn't, you need to just kick that shit to the curb because you don't have time for that. I know what I do is I build a whole lot of reasoning. Like, I'll let that one negative thing in, and then, oh, there comes all the reasoning as to why that is valid. And then, sure, you can understand that you could be doing better than that, but you're spending so much energy on the negative part. It doesn't matter. Yeah, maybe you are lazy. Okay, but that's not an excuse. Like, nobody's gonna go out there and get it for you. You have to do it for yourself. So for the snowball, what I'm saying is, like, once you let that one negative thing in, like I said, you start spending all that time. And it's the same thing with people. Like, I've noticed, like, for example, I'm gonna just get really real with you. There's a person that I've been talking to, like, on and off or whatever. That's not my boyfriend. That's not anything like that. I already know I wouldn't want to date him, like, because it would just be too much. But I have noticed when I do start talking to him again at all, like, even if it's just hanging out for, like, the one time, like, a few days after that, I'll spend, like, time going over it in my head for whatever reason. And then I have to cut that shit down, like, immediately, because I start, like, recognizing, like, okay, the time that you usually are spending on growing, or at least, like, yeah, just whatever, the time that I normally spend on growing, I am now spending on thinking about something that doesn't really matter. That's not part of the goal. So, and it's the same thing with the laziness. All those other things, yes, they are factors of your life, but you have to keep your eye on the prize. You have to be focused on something. Or else what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you're just going to be floating through life. And that's how people lose so many years of their lives. Like, they get into, like, marriages and they spend so much energy on something that they know that isn't healthy for them, when you could be spending time and energy on yourself. And yes, that does, for the most part, they say, like, lonely at the top or whatever. It's the truth. Like, the ladders aren't supposed to have two people on them. You feel me? Like, when you are climbing up your I guess you could say, like, your life ladder, you have to be paying attention to the top, man. Like, I don't know how else to simply put it. But this is your journey. You can't share it with somebody. Well, I mean, whatever, for all you lovebirds out there, maybe you can. I'm not gonna knock it. I haven't tried it. But for the most part, this is your journey. And you can't really be sharing it with anybody else like that. You feel me? Because you have to fill up your cup before you can fill up anybody else's. Or, here's me getting lost again. I get, like, overwhelmed with things sometimes, but it's a snowball effect, guys. Once you start letting something negative in, it's all downhill from there. Like, for me, if I don't combat that first, like, when I wake up in the morning, sometimes, like, the first thing that I think about is, like, all the negatives. Like, I'll completely turn on myself. So I'm renting a room, right? I'm working, like, 2 jobs plus social media and cleaning for somewhere else. And, like, every once in a while, I'll wait, and I don't have a car, and I don't have friends, and I don't have this, that, and the third, but sometimes I'll wake up in the morning, and I'll look at everything that I just said, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, who am I? You start looking at all these people, like, they have a loving family, that bitch has friends, you have a car, you're working one good job, you might, like, trying to not get off track here, but on other days, when I'm doing good, and when I remember that I have to combat those thoughts, it's a daily process. It changes every day, but on the days and the moments when I combat those thoughts, that's amazing to me. I don't have the burdens that a lot of people have, like, with social things and whatnot. Me renting a room, I'm saving money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gives me more leeway to do things. Whereas if I had an apartment, what for? I'm not going to have people over. And even if I did, that doesn't matter. Anybody that's worthy of being in my space can come into my room and understand that I'm renting a room. I also know that I don't have a car. I'm going to get there. Like, I have something to look forward to. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a way to beat down those negative thoughts. And it is so important to just remember to do that. It's not going to be perfect. You can't just wake up one morning and make the decision like, I'm going to be positive Nancy. I got this under control. Like, sure, that might work out for you for like a week or something, but it takes a lot of work. None of this stuff is supposed to be easy. The climb up the ladder is a really, really long ladder. You don't just climb up. And a lot of people, there's so many stories of people getting to the top of the ladder. And you know what they do? They topple. They fall over because their journey just wasn't as fulfilling. Their journey might not have taken as long as it should have. And there's a reason why you have to put in so much work, and you have to be patient, and you have to understand things. Like, let's see here. It's like building a foundation with cracks in it. If you like just ignore those little cracks, it adds up because I'm sure you guys get what I'm trying to say. But the journey takes time, and you have to be patient with yourself. Currently, that's something that I'm working on a lot right now. Like the whole like self-love thing, whatever. I got over my depression, and that's from just beating it into my head that I'm better than that. I'm so tired of being that way. It's simple logics. If you're tired of something, change it. Like if you get what you give. You have to change it. If you're tired of the results of what you're doing because you're doing the same thing again, I'm sorry, honey, but change is necessary. Like, I don't know. I got lost again, but I'm sure you guys get what I'm trying to say. The journey is everything. You're going to go through a lot of emotions, a lot of dark days. There's going to be some days where like the rain just feels like the cherry, like there being no sun outside. That just might feel like the cherry on top of your shitty life. But that's really not what it is. Like you have to be strong. Like this stuff isn't supposed to be easy. Like I will say a million times, this isn't easy. There's a reason why there's so many successful people. Like better phrase. There's only so many successful people, and then there's so many of the rest of us. Because it's hard. It is hard, and I get it. Life happens. Life happens to all of us. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Sarah with the horses in the mansion. Life happens. And you have to understand how to beat those demons down to the ground. You have to know that you're not alone. I don't know if you're a spiritual person. I don't really care what you think about my spirituality, but I do believe in God. Whatever it is up there, I didn't write the Bible, and I'm not going to go into what I believe in, but I know that I'm not alone. There's too many things where somebody or something or just like collective energies have looked out for me. Like that's another thing I've learned. When you do your best, like you put a genuine effort out there to be a good person. Not only for yourself, but for like just everything around you. Like pick up a piece of trash. Don't give that bitch a stink eye because she gave you one. Just put a genuine effort out there to be like a little ball of sunshine and love, like a safe place for other people. It doesn't matter what situation I have been in. I have never gone without. I have never really I've gone hungry, just whatever, but I have never starved. I have never really had to like sleep on the streets. You feel me? Like I've never been homeless. None of that stuff. All your basic needs will be met. You have to understand that. Like that's another thing I've learned is you can't be afraid. Like being strong or whatever. The being fearless part, one time I was riding my bike home from work. It was nighttime. I was starting to feel some type of way about how I'm lonely and I have both of these jobs that I work today, and now I'm riding my bike home to my cat, and I just started feeling really alone. And you know what I did? I got on that bike and I started pedaling as hard as I could. I didn't give a fuck who saw me, and I started screaming. I was like, I am fearless. Like you have to beat it into your head. Like when I was at my most depressed stages in life so far from what I've been through, I was driving down the street one day and I was like, you can't be like this. You have to beat it into your head. Like it's not supposed to be easy. And maybe that's something that I kind of got easier. Who knows? Maybe it's because I was raised by only my dad, and he's kind of a hard ass and he's been through it. You feel me? And it took him like 50 years to get on top of his stuff, but so what? He did it. But maybe it's something I learned from him. Like you have to be hard on yourself sometimes. Like if you're not going to do it, who is? Like, and just forget what I just said, because don't look for somebody else to do it, because you need to get it for yourself. And then you can help other people. But I don't know. I'm going to try to cut this off in like 10 minutes, which it looks like is coming up here. But I have a lot of things to say, and I hope with kind of like just getting in front of a camera more and just getting comfortable, I'll be able to kind of like organize thoughts into segments on how to kind of help you guys. I don't know who you guys are. I don't give a fuck if it's one person or like 500,000. It doesn't matter to me. If I can help one person, that's satisfying for me. Like, I got this shoe job, and the person whose car I'm sitting in right now, when I first met her, I was like, I'm gonna be her bud someday. You know what I mean? Her name is Kara. She's hella cool, but she didn't talk very much, and I was like, gotta crack that one open. And now I'm getting to know her, and she's so cool. Like, she's actually like in a bunch of debt, but that's something that I love, because she has that fire in her. But there's something that needs to be brought out. And whatever. Why I started saying that is because, like, if I can just help one person, that makes me so happy. You know what I mean? And, like, I figure, why not just throw it out there? I'm sure I could help another one and another one. I do this stuff on my Snapchat, like, hella randomly. Like, you can tell when I'm feeling good when I have, like, a really long Snap story. And then on the days where there's nothing, that's one of those days where I'm trying to fight the demons. You feel me? But, just whatever. Like I said, don't judge. You fools will get to know me soon.